Welcome back to Punch Drunk Nerd, the podcast where three friends, three amigos, three bambinos come together, talk about nerd shit. This week we are talking about Fortnite. Fortnite has a brand new season. Now listen, if you're into Fortnite, hold on. We're going to talk about it. If you're not into Fortnite, just hold on. We got some news we could talk about. We could talk about that first. And then if you're like, I don't really know much about Fortnite, then you can dip out a little later.
We have what we're into, you know.
We have what we're into.
Skip ahead, you know?
Just stick around for the ride. You know, make a cup of coffee. Again, we'll put the time codes down below in the description and YouTube, so you can just jump around wherever your heart pleases.
Love that shit. Let's do it.
Let's just jump right in.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna take a sip of my beer.
I'm Miguel Sanchez. I'm sorry, I don't know if I said that earlier.
That's right, and I'm Luis Gonzalez, and Ed is usually with us. He's not here with us today, but that's okay. It's
Y'all know the
Miguel.
drill.
What's that?
Y'all know the drill by this point. You know
this drill. He's
Look,
he's practically a guest at this point. You know what I mean?
He's gonna
I'm
hate
kidding.
that.
No, I'm kidding. He's gonna be so upset.
He's not gonna like that.
No. I'm sorry, Ed. Let's talk about Marvel. Marvel has released a new update. Just like a general hype video. They're like, hey man, we got all this shit coming out. What do you think? And it revealed a lot of new stuff. It revealed some Daredevil stuff, which we've kind of seen before.
Yep.
We saw some of the Spider-Man animation, which was, we also saw like still images of it. We saw Ironheart. We saw her getting into her iron armor things, and that was newish. But the one thing we've never seen before is Wonderman.
Whoa! I can't believe that. I didn't know. I guess I've been seeing like the title card Wonderman.
Oh, the title card's been everywhere. Yeah.
You know, but I didn't know. Oh God, I'm blanking on his name. Aquaman bad guy.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Fuck, I'm so sorry. He's so good. I'm so sorry for blanking on his name.
The thing is, I only know him from Aquaman. I don't.
He was also in The Watchmen, but he's also been in a few other things. It's not just superhero related. But now he's done like 2 DC properties and a Marvel. So he's getting around. He's getting around.
Yeah.
You know, and that sounded derogatory, but he's getting paid. Is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah. What did you think about the Wonderman portion of this video?
Here's what blew my mind about this product, and this is what's getting me on board. One, that they're bringing back this small-ass character that Ben Kingsley keeps playing. Okay? Sir Ben, keep coming back. I love it. Trevor is his name, I think.
Yeah,
he's
Trevor.
Having so much fun. The moment they knew, I guess Wonderman, I don't know if he's in the comics, I apologize, I don't know this, if he's like an actor and that's the whole bit already. But if that's like the story they're telling, he just automatically fits into that world.
Yeah.
As they've established him over 2 or 3 different movies now that he's this actor, this silly goof. And I'm just like, yes, I love a high profile actor having fun. You know,
he slips right in so comfortably. Like he's not even trying. Like he's not pushing. He just is, and he's great.
I remember really not liking that reveal in Iron Man 3. The first time I saw it, but the more I watch that movie, the more I'm like, yes, I'm into it. I love it. I love that twist. So yeah, I'm kind of excited for that. The one thing that kind of blew my mind, okay, they're promoting Disney Plus for the next year. That's the latest one. It comes out in December of 2025.
Yeah.
We're not even December of this year yet.
No,
and I'm like, how many Decembers?
Point. Yeah.
I got to do how many Christmases to see this?
December, next December, you know. You can't even say,
But I'm into it. I really like that actor, and I'm so sorry for blanking on his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. It's the bad guy from Aquaman, okay? He's so good. So I'm super into it. I did want to talk about one of the other properties, though, that was mentioned. So, we got to see Daredevil. Quick side note, just blows my mind that they shot that whole show and then Marvel was like, fuck it, do it again. You know, like
it's back to what?
The way they just redid that and they were like, no, I think we need to do what they want. And I'm like, wow, okay. That's very like finger on the pulse, like not necessarily like caving to demands of the internet, but also being like aware, like reading the room. I think
it's like when we said we didn't like that first Sonic design. Redo it.
And I do think you can't give the internet the leeway to change production like that on every little thing, because you know how we are on the internet. We'll bitch about anything.
Totally.
But I think it was like someone sat down and said, you know what? I think they're right on this. And that's giving the internet too much credit. But anyway, I'm rambling. I love that they decided to do that and bring it. It's like they're giving the people what they want with Daredevil. I never watched the show, but I understand the context of it. So I'm excited about that. The one that's really catching me up, and I want to like it, okay, is Ironheart. Okay, I liked the character. I loved when she was introduced in Wakanda Forever.
Mm-hmm.
I see the comic book, and this is one of the only times I'll ever be like, I think it should be comic book accurate. Okay, I see the imagery in the comics, and I'm like, yeah, that looks like a new Iron Man, like a new person taking that mantle. I will say this: I hate the suit design in the movies and the show thus far. I think it looks so bad. I think it looks like a Gundam, like one of those big mech, one of those big like mech type suits that it's just like, maybe that's what they're going for, but it just doesn't translate what I've seen from the comic book imagery to the screen. And I'm just like, she was a cool character. I like the like context of her character, and being able to like kind of on a student level, be able to kind of like create this Iron Man technology is super cool. It just looks god awful.
Yeah, it does.
Am I wrong?
No, you're totally right. It does look really rough, and this is the one that kind of sticks out for me as well a little bit, especially with Daredevil and Wonderman. The way that it kind of looks, the way it's shot, it looks pretty good. And then you go to Ironheart, and then it's like, oh, this feels like cheap Disney Plus shows. You know what I mean? And we're putting in this budget where there's a lot of like CGI needed for something like this.
Yeah. And people were like, "Oh, I love that we're getting these like suit up scenes again, like Iron Man OG,
right?"
Iron
which
Man,
is cool. It's cool, yeah.
But it just is not quite working. I think it comes out maybe. Oh God, is it like spring or is it mid-year? I thought it was mid-year, like summer sometime. But I think
it comes
maybe
out in I don't know when.
You guys don't listen to our podcast for factual news. Okay, it's vibes.
June 24th.
Okay, so summer. So we have some time, like to really kind of fine tune it. I bet you the shots we've seen, they'll be switched up about 3 more times anyway before the show actually comes out. Marvel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I really want this to be good, and I want to be interested in it. I would like it to look cooler, especially if they're building like the Young Avengers, and I'm supposed to care about all these younglings like coming together. Like I want to think they're cool looking too. I mean, like when. You remember that shot in Avengers when they do that spin in the New York City, right? And the camera pans around all of them.
Oh,
That's an iconic shot. It looked cool. I would like this to look cool as well.
When Kevin Feige was like heavily involved, I remember he always had a saying like, "We need a moment. We always need to have those scenes that people are going to like gravitate to and lock into." And that's what you're talking about, like something that we can say, "Whoa, that's." Awesome.
Can I go on a really quick tangent? Speaking about Marvel moments, this is the one that catches. This is so off topic. I apologize, but everyone, you remember in Avengers Endgame when they're in the big battle, right? You're seeing all these like little vignettes of fights as they go.
Yeah.
But then there's like that one moment where like the ladies get together and they all fight. And he's like, "How are you going to do it?" And then I forget who it is. I think it's Okoye. He's like, "She's got help," and then all the women show up. Man, that scene gets dogged on a lot, but I'm gonna be real honest. I liked that scene. Okay? Yeah, that was a moment for me. Like I remember when it happened in theaters, I was on the hype train, and I was just like, "Fuck it, let's go!" Like let everyone have a moment to shine.
Yeah,
I'm into it. So no, just your comment about a moment kind of made me think about that, and I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Exactly, like that. That is a moment.
Yeah. Even though people shit talk it. Totally. Anyway, the other thing, last little thought, Spider-Man, the cartoon show, I was not into the concept of it when it was first revealed, but I thought the animation looked great. I thought it looked fun. They showed that really quick clip of him hitting the bad guy with the brick.
Yes.
And then they all get that like comic booky reaction, and it just kind of looks fun. I could totally watch that with my son. Yeah. So I'm into it. I'm definitely going to watch that.
So, it seems, Marvel's trying to get people excited for this next year. Obviously, there's been a lot of reshuffling, but we also have Fantastic Four next year. We have Captain America next year, and then one more that I'm forgetting.
Man, I sent that tweet today. Did you see that? Fucking Giancarlo Esposito going back for reshoots.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe that.
On Captain America.
Was that his quote? Was that his quote where he's like, "I'm excited to get back into it"?
Yes, and I think you know why he said that, because he was probably like, "I don't fucking want to keep doing this," but he had to be like, "Oh, I'm selling it." Bitch, this movie, that's not him. This movie has had so many reshoots. This movie has been in production for like 3 years, it feels like. And every time they think they're done, they're like, no, more, shoot it again. And he was a character that was introduced because of reshoots. Like they were like, let's add this.
The original
he wasn't
story.
even in. What are we doing? And so the fact that he's like, oh, I'm going back in. It's like, isn't this movie coming out in February? Like, what are we doing? The year is over.
The quote is, I'm so excited. Put that costume back again, baby. Like, I can't hear him say those words, you know?
Nah. I mean, maybe he's having fun with it. Maybe it's going to be like the character of the movie. That'd be so much fun. But I just like cannot help but wonder like what is going on. Is it just test screenings, or is it the studio being like, you guys are just really not nailing this? You know, this is a movie that has Harrison Ford in it. You know, he should be given more respect. All right. I don't know. We'll see. Hey.
We'll see. Yeah, let us know if you are digging into it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I guess right now I'm liking Daredevil and Wonderman. It looked good. So it looked like it was shot on scene, and I liked the grade of it. This other thing came out. It's been a while. Actually, this came out last week, like almost a week and a couple days. Nintendo came out with a music app. Did you know about this?
No, tell me.
You know how every time you wanted to hear that one level in Mario or in Star Fox or in Stardew Valley or whatever, not Stardew Valley, like Animal Crossing, whatever Pokemon, you go to YouTube and you play the songs. You know, you're working on a document and you have the song just in the background, or you just want to have a good time. Well, now you don't have to go to YouTube. Nintendo officially has their own little Spotify music app where they play all their theme songs into this one app. What do you think about that? Miguel? Yeah. Got to load. As you can tell.
I'm going to be very honest. I'm going to be very pointed as well. Luis loves to download an app. Okay. Which is so funny because Ed is on the opposite end of that spectrum where he was like, I'm not downloading an app, but Luis will download all the apps.
I will. And
he's got the space.
If you make it a Gmail login, baby, I'm getting in quick.
Tap, boom, we're there, baby.
You know, it's all been
maybe you have to type a code. Never though.
Never. No. Create a fresh email. Oof. I'm gonna have to think about that for a day.
Yeah. No, that Gmail login. Boom. Good to go.
Yeah. Look. Okay. So let me pick like top tracks.
Okay. Go ahead. That's fun.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, I don't want to be rude. I want to give it its time to shine.
I'm just letting you know, like these are the songs that you could be listening.
Yeah. No, You have one more. Do one more.
I don't know what. Let's see. How about? What is this? It's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Nice. You knew it. I knew it. I mean, there's obviously a market for this because they decided to do it.
What is this? Mario Galaxy. Okay, sorry. I'm done.
Don't even give me a chance to say it. You're like, oh, you stupid fuck. You don't know? Okay, in 1 second? All right, fine. No, I just don't know. Like, you've obviously downloaded it, but I mean, it's like, are you going to start playing this in your car, you know, in a separate app?
I think if I get like really high, or if I just need to like zone in on something and I just feel it, then maybe. But it's not like an everyday thing, you know.
I just like make a playlist on Spotify if it's that important to you.
Yeah, but it doesn't have this. Star Fox 64.
Come on.
What else?
Dun, 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 dun. Is this
plays that one?
New Dunk City? Is that what that is?
Super Mario.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay. Well, anyway, there's a new music app. I don't know. Actually, the thing is I couldn't find it on the App Store.
Did you pirate this just to tell us about
Someone was like, you need the special link that I'm going to text you.
Oh,
and then you can get it. Remember how that's how it used to be? You had to download links like that. Let me see. No, okay. Now it's officially on the store. Now it's on the App Store.
You had like the beta.
Yeah, exactly. I got the inside scoop. Yeah. That's some technological advances. Another technological advance is Amazon is starting this new AI program where it'll tell you what you missed, like a little recap. So you're in season 3 of a show and you dip out because life happens. Yep. And then 2 months later, you're like, hey, I was watching that show. What happened? Go back to it, and it's going to give you a recap.
Oh, okay. Actually, I take that back. That was a preemptive. No, I am just naturally am against AI. But wow, that actually sounds pretty helpful. In the same way, like when you play a video game and you walk away for a month or two, and then you come back and you're like, oh shit, can I get like a recap? And they're like, no.
Good luck.
There's the boss. Get going. You know. No, that's helpful. That's good. I like that. That's what AI is supposed to be. You know.
Yeah, and currently it's just going to be text. It's like a little text box at the bottom because like Amazon already has that feature like where if you pause it, it'll like show, oh, this is this actor, this is this actor, this is this actor, which is pretty cool. Have you ever used that? It's like Amazon X-ray.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I use it in the sense that I pause movies sometimes, and it
you just happen to see it on,
and it pops up. But yeah, I don't. And we've talked about this, but Prime is really not like my go-to.
Right.
I have it, but I don't. It's not.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the last time I used Prime. Let's see. What's the last thing?
I hop on Prime when I'm hopping. Like, there's a movie. Like the other day, I was telling you I wanted to watch End of Watch, you know, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I started hopping, you know, Max, Netflix, Hulu, and Prime, Peacock, Paramount. Like I started going through all of them. That's really the only time I open up Prime. It's like maybe the movie's on this app, and then it never is.
The last thing I saw was Rings of Power, season 2, episode 1, and season 2 is over. So you know.
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while,
man. I'm not going to sit here and talk shit about that show because I just didn't connect with it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But it is kind of wild that a whole second season of that show came out, and I heard nothing, basically nothing, except Ed talking about it.
Ed, yeah. Well, that's why we had the podcast, so Ed can talk about it and get it out in the world.
Exactly. People want to hear that. A very small group of people.
All right, we'll keep this thing moving. Smile 2 came out. You could watch the first 7 minutes of Smile, except the only thing you need to do is be smiling while you watch it.
See, this is what I was actually shaking my head to. I thought we were jumping to this. No, I don't like this. Someone was like, this is straight up like their AI in the next year or two is going to get so good because of shit like this, where people are going to be doing, it's a fun gimmick to watch this thing. And it is just sucking your face into the internet. It is making sure it understands every little facet of your face. And then we're going to have all of our faces on I mean, what do I even give a shit? I'm fucking on camera right now. Like, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm just more so like, I don't like it. And also just don't like scary movies all like that. All that
well, what I have to agree with you on is that I feel like there's going to be a time when, hey, want to keep want to watch this content? Watch an ad. Hey, this ad stopped.
That is a legit Black Mirror episode.
Right. Now I remember that. That's true.
No, we're for real. We're on our way to that. And it's like, I try to fight it as much as possible.
Yeah. I did do it though. So
you did the whole 7 minutes?
I did the whole 7 minutes. Yeah.
Is there video of you doing that?
No, there's a picture of me doing it. And yes, you could like potentially cheat it.
We'll place that right.
Here. It's at the bottom. I took a screenshot just for this moment. Yeah, you could like cheat it. You could put a still image of someone smiling and put it in front of it, you know, and then that's fine.
Yeah, you should do that just so you like print off. I would actually go to Kinko's and print off a picture before you put your face on that.
I was doing it for an experience, and it was an experience. At first, I was like this the whole time with my teeth. And then I could just smile like this, and it was doing the job. You know, you could do a lazy smile. You don't need a full showing the teeth smile. Which I would have pushed for the teeth. Like, you have to show teeth if you want to see it.
No, I want to see the peepers.
That's what the whole poster of the movie is. It's someone, you know, smiling like that.
Just to wrap up my point from earlier, not only will Luis download an app, like, he will experience experiences, you know?
Yes, that's so true.
Like, Luis is always game.
Is there a gimmick? I'm down.
He's gimmicking, you know? He's doing it.
But yeah, it was creepy. It was creepy smiling while this person was being murdered. You're just like, the whole time.
I never saw the first one. Was it good?
It was good. Yeah, it was a good horror movie. Had a good ending, and I hear this one's just as good or maybe a little bit better. So
nice. I hear Jack Nicholson's son is in this movie. He's one of the smilers.
Oh, really?
And the poster I think is him. And he was getting interviewed, and they were like, "What?" You know, they were trying to like bring up the connection, Jack Nicholson and him. And he was like, "Oh, I actually don't talk to my dad about acting all that much." And I was like, "A nepo baby is never going to want to be like, yeah, my dad, Jack Nicholson. I was given every opportunity." Like, they never want to talk about that, you know?
Right? No, of course, it looks bad.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good look. And but then I was sitting there thinking pretty much like everyone we can remember from when we were kids, like those people on TV and movies, they were probably nepo babies too, and it was just quieter.
Everything
it was like,
quieter back then.
My dad is a producer on like 7 different
Yeah.
production companies, so yeah, I'm going to be in this movie. And you're like, whoa, this is the best actor ever. I know why they chose them. Anyway,
it's easy. It's like, oh, I got a cousin who can do that. Okay, great, hire him. Let's go. You know?
But I can't even be mad. You know what I mean? Like I'll hire a friend at work. Fuck it. You know, like sometimes you just got to know people.
Sometimes it's like it's just easier. But I get it. We have to diversify. We have to.
Have you ever seen? You don't really watch Saturday Night. Oh my god.
SNL.
Okay. Yeah. The new Lonely Island is the fucking Please Don't Destroy. Have you seen those clips?
Yeah. The redhead.
Yeah, he's one of them. Yeah, there's 3 of them, and they do an episode.
He's the only one I know.
Okay, well that's good. What's his name?
Don't know.
It's Ben Marshall. So they stupid fuck. All right. They do kind of I think they do one every episode. Sometimes they skip one, but they had where Madam Web, Dakota Johnson was hosting for an episode, and they did one with her, and they were like roasting each other. That was the whole bit. Is they sat down and they were like, "Let me pitch you a script or a sketch for the episode," and then they just started roasting each other the entire time. And then at one point, she makes a comment about parents, and then they do like a nepo truce because apparently like 2 out of 3 of them are like nepo babies, and so her as well, because her, I guess, mom or dad is a producer. I can't remember. And so then they do like the nepo truce. And then they say a foot in the door and so much more is their saying. And I just think that's so accurate. And I just love that they like kind of laughed at that.
Her mom is Melanie Griffith.
Yeah. Fuck. Wow. All right. Good to know. Good to know. I love her. Let her be in everything. I love her attitude. I love
Dakota?
her vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also kind of just like Dakota. What a fun girl's name, you know? Like oof. That name just works.
Dakota. It's also, well, never mind. Right. Let's talk about a feature discussion here.
Hey, let's get into it.
Fortnite.
Woo!
Okay, let's give the people a little bit of our history. Okay. Right. So I joined Fortnite during the pandemic, and it was me and a couple people from work. We jumped on. We finally let's figure out what's going on, and we all started playing on our Switches first. Now we've all grown up. We've gotten rid of the tricycle, and I'm on the PlayStation.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm playing with the adults. Although I'm not a complete professional. I'm not playing on a PC. You know, I'm not that crazy.
We can talk about it later.
What, PC life?
Yeah.
I can't afford that life.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not. And I feel like there was also a lot of like shit talking on console players for a while.
Oh, there was,
but I just
for sure.
But I'm also just like, you know, I love the idea of having this like super, like this rig. That's what they call it, right? I love this idea of having that for me and spending the money and doing that and like building it yourself. I can respect that. The thing that I don't love is that they get games like a year after they're released. And I'm sorry, like if I want to play God of War day one,
yes, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to play it now. I don't want to wait another year and then it's spoiled on the internet and everything like that. No, baby, no.
I tell you what, the people who have PCs also have a console. You know what I mean? They're those type of people.
Right, they do.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm not knocking it. I'm more so just saying I don't have the patience for it. Okay?
I can't I'm not at that level. Like that, you know, we're
that money
cinephiles, like, hey, I'll go to a 70 millimeter showing of you know, in 2 weekends, and I have to drive 30 or 40 minutes out to see it. Fuck it.
Now, I would
for
say
games, I want it easy. I'm not going to try to see the highest caliber looking game. Like, just throw it on the console and I'll play. Like, I'm not to that same level as movies.
When you tried to group me in with the cinephiles, I just realized like maybe that's not me. You know, like actually,
I was okay. I didn't want to keep you out of the group and offend you, so I was.
But actually, no. It's kind of true though. And now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I would play on console if I had it available. I would. My first concern was like the keyboard and mouse thing, but I think you can just like plug a controller in and you can do that too.
Yeah, you can as well. Yeah,
because I'm not going to do the keypad thing. Like that's not. I didn't grow up like that. I need a controller. I do like the idea of like a higher graphics and just like it just runs so smooth. I love the idea of like turning something on and it just starts playing immediately.
That's what the console's like, right?
Consoles are basically there, but I mean like, yeah, I could see it. Like if you like zhuzh it up enough. I don't know what I'm talking about, but like, you get the right little boop, 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 and then all of a sudden it's like the best PC ever. But then you look at it, it's like, I didn't spend $2,000 on my PlayStation,
Yeah.
I spent, $400 on my PlayStation, and then I spent the other $1,600 on bills,
It's a hobby. It's a hobby. It's a lifestyle.
You got to be into it.
You got to be into it.
Yeah.
And I just can't afford that lifestyle, and I'm just a simple man, And so as a simple man, I play Fortnite, and I've been playing, and then I stopped playing for a little bit, and then Miguel jumped in, and I kind of like vampired you in, I led you through your first game.
I needed that,
Yeah.
And since then, I have done the same for others.
I know.
I've ushered in new.
I feel
souls.
like a grandfather.
Yeah,
when you do,
I was like, everything I teach you, it's because Luis taught me how to get started, and then I learned as I went along. It was fun getting started. I remember it was almost a year ago now, because it was like right before Christmas, and I was like, I downloaded it and like maybe a couple other games, because I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna I had never done the online multiplayer type games. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna have it on there, and if I decide to play it, I will. And you know what's even crazier is I was kind of scared. I
get that. I understand that feeling.
I was a little nervous. I was like, man, these kids are good, and I'm about to jump in here and look like an idiot. And Luis and I played like right before Christmas, and then I went on like a vacation for 2 weeks. And when I came back in January, I basically played every night for a year. Like I've skipped a few nights obviously here and there, but like that's like the game I start up at the end of the day. I'm tired of working. Let me play a couple matches by myself, and I feel like I've gotten kind of good at it. Okay?
I think you're really good at it now, man. Like I'm impressed. You getting a lot of little wins, a lot of W's, and I don't get them a lot now. Like now I'm just like I'm out there like shooting people, trying to better myself. I live in a different lifestyle than that, but
I have a lot of thoughts. I'll let you structure the conversation, and then I'll pepper them in as we go.
Let's just go into this. Let's say, this is a new season just started, obviously. If you know Fortnite, if you don't know Fortnite, a new season just started, like I just said. And this is a mini season. Usually seasons are like 3 months. This one's short.
This is like an in-betweener, right?
In-betweener. And the funny thing about this one is that this season is the almost exact replica of the season that I started for the very first time.
I love that for you.
So me, Ben, who was a previous guest here, Jeffrey, who will be a guest on this podcast, Tim, who like joined us for the Star Wars conversation.
Star Wars.
We all started playing at this chapter. And seeing it come back is like all of us are having like an emotional response. Like, oh my God, Dirty Dogs, Frenzy Fields, you know what I mean? Like,
I respect the shit out of that. I will say this. As far as like the map goes.
Yeah.
Not loving it. All right. I'm just
you're finally one of those people who are like, man, I miss the old map.
I'd rather go back to the old one, to be honest. But a part of me is also excited because I see what they're doing. To tangent off this real quick, their Fortnite recently announced that they are bringing back like the OG seasons. Like that's going to be like a mode you can play. And so it's like, oh, I see. They're like getting people back into that idea of like playing these like older model Fortnites. And then they're going to give them access to those. You hop on the main menu at Fortnite, and you can select all these different modes.
It's like picking zero build or regular battle royale.
Exactly.
It's like you can do zero build chapter 2, zero build chapter 1.
Yeah. So, and I like that because we talked about this previously also about how they're re-releasing these old skins. It's like they're coming out of the Disney vault. You know, like you get to like play them again, even if you weren't there for that chapter. So I kind of like that idea that they're kind of bringing back the old, because like the game has made so much money, it's advanced so far since those early days that they're like, yeah, let's give those like old heads something fun to reminisce about.
I was thinking there's probably a reason why you don't like this. Let me ask you this: for this, going back to this map, do you find it to be too flat compared to like?
Okay, that's a great way to put it. I do. What the vibe that I'm getting is, wow, Fortnite was a free game. It's always been free, right?
Yeah.
But there was a time when they were not making money, and they were like, we just need to put this concept out there and like let people join the lobby and shoot people.
Yeah,
exactly. It is very like rudimentary, especially compared. I know people had some gripes with this last chapter Because I feel like my understanding is like every chapter there's a season that people just fucking hate. Like they're just ready to hate on it.
Yeah.
Which I want to take a step back. I need to clarify my lingo. There are chapters and then there are seasons in that chapter, which feels backwards to me. Okay. It feels like there should be seasons with chapters in them.
I agree.
But I don't make the game. That's fine. That's me. All right. But yeah, it just feels like the last map was so detailed that this one feels, and I understand they're doing like let's go back to the old one. I love it. I'm not hating it, but it is just like, oh, I'm glad this is a one-off thing. We're almost done with it. You know, like let me get into that new map.
It's crazy because I've seen it just like, we're going to add this and add this. And then it keeps a little bit of this and that as it continues and transforms into a new map. Like they went into a wild Fortnite where they introduced animals that you could kill and that you could ride and you could fly. And then they introduced a bounty Fortnite level with Mandalorian where you hunt people and you get gold. And that's when the gold started getting integrated. And then they kept the gold all the way through for what you've played. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was noticing even through that one, I was only through this one chapter. Yeah. But I did notice, and then like looking back, because I sat down one morning and I watched all the Fortnite trailers on YouTube. Because I was like,
what do you mean?
They had like a compilation. It was like 30 minutes long where they were like, this is like chapter 1, season 1.
You watched all of them?
Just the trailers. Yeah. But it was just like back to back. And then it was like, oh, I see. And then I was starting to go like, oh, that's something I just played, like like a mythic that I just used or a vehicle I used. And it's like, oh, they introduced that at some point and then they just kept it in the formula. Yeah. And they just kind of like reskinned it as they got better and better. Like the cars, those got introduced at one point. You used to have to like fuel the car, but then in the last chapter, like you were able to like drive up on a pad.
Yeah, so you used to have to get out, put it in, and you were risking your life doing it, which toughened the man.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I get it. Because there was a time when I didn't know how to fuel up a car before the pads, and I would just fucking leave that car. I would just run away from it. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. I'll find another car if I absolutely need one. Sorry. So just like I've noticed that the way that they pulled from previous seasons and kind of like made them work. I mean, we saw just in the last chapter alone, like wings. We were flying at one point. They gave us Magneto powers in the season, the season right before Doom powers came in. So it's basically the same thing. They just reskinned it, and it's like, and the longer I played, now I'm like, oh, I see the wheels.
They keep what works. They change with all this other stuff, and
yeah.
The what I was thinking too was that because Zero Build is also new, they're building maps that are obviously they don't have a lot of money, so they're making it simple. But you also want to kind of have a clear pathway so you can build up and build around.
Totally.
So when you take that away, it's like, okay, now we have to create a hybrid situation where you can go into like what I'm thinking about, like the whole Zeus's kingdom. Like that little place. Like there's like it's a whole castle where you can go in and out, and here it's like a little house and not the same. Like all you have in this season is that center.
I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Oh, that different flat. Yeah, no, I mean like actual topography flat.
You meant like legitimately, like literally flat. I thought you meant like graphically. Yeah. No, you're right. It is kind of just like because the idea is I'm supposed to build. Oh, right. I see. Okay.
But yeah, I guess because I want to talk about. Let's talk about. Okay, well, fuck it. Do you want to talk about this season or you want to talk about last season? What are your thoughts right now? Like, how do you want to go? How do you want to do this?
I can talk extensively about last season because I played so much of it. Yeah, but I'm happy to talk about this new map because it's the thing we're talking about.
Okay, well, how about this? Comparing between the two. Now that you're playing this season and last season.
Yep.
What are you like? God, I miss this, or God, thank God I don't have that anymore. What are those kind of feelings you're getting?
So I miss. I was so excited for the map to change because I was like, I've never done that before. This is the first time. Even though it's like they're bringing back the old one for this like temporary like little stopgap. I was like, I love the idea that I get to play in a new place because I felt like after all those seasons in that chapter that I played, I was like, I mean, because like Steven was playing with me, Ed was playing with me, Eric came and played with me. And I was like, okay, we're going to go here. 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 Because I knew where all the things, because I played it so much. And I was like, if we're trying to do this, this is where we're going to go, yada, yada. And so I was like, let me get something new because it's like it's not stale anymore, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like the complexity of the last map compared to this one. And so I'm kind of looking forward to, this is like the filler. We're about to get like the official new one.
Yeah,
maybe,
it's like the mini season for sure.
Yeah. So like let me get to December and then I'll like really have an opinion on that. But I do love that I get the chance as a player who didn't play then to go back and experience what that was like,
Mm-hmm.
you know. There are some things that really kind of bug me about this map. The map itself is fine. Like I'm finding the new locations. I'm like, okay, like I can make it work because it's really just like, let me just meet the people and shoot them. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I have gotten so used to the cars that the cars in this like old school map
Mm-hmm.
really kind of irk me. Obviously there's like the sports car.
Yeah.
It zooms. It's got the boost. They're promoting Snoop Dogg right now, which I think is really fun. And like you got these like Cadillacs that like jump up and down,
which are not good when you're trying to hide. I'm in this Cadillac and then it's bouncing up and down.
I was telling you before we recorded, I was playing a match and I was like, I gotta hurry up and wrap this up. That's why I was like zooming, I was bouncing, I was honking. I was like, yeah, like let me let everyone know where I'm at because I'm trying to wrap this up.
Yeah.
But there are some cars and there's different vehicle types in this one, which I do think is fun, but they're so slow.
Like the 18-wheeler.
Like, it's not, I mean, that makes sense. Why am I in like a Mazda and I'm like barely moving, you know? And then
that's what it used to be. Yeah.
Like the truck, it doesn't move fast. I get it. That makes sense. So I'm trying to kind of like get used to that. Like this is a different mode.
You have to make decisions. You know, you can't just choose a car. And if you do choose a car, you have to live with those consequences.
Exactly. And we don't necessarily have to talk about this now, but I do want to in a second. But I do think my skins look funny now in this old map. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't really like look like you go here, you know?
Yeah.
So so now I'm playing the game where it's like, I bought the battle pass. So I'm like leveling up and getting the skins in from this season.
Yeah.
Because, okay, now I feel like they fit a little bit more in this map, you know?
Yeah. You're trying to be
like,
Zeus in this like map.
And it's like, that working. It's just, and I'm going to tell you real quick, I'd never play those Greek gods. I'm just like, it's so rare.
Yeah.
It's so rare. I liked it when I was playing them, but when I was able to like upgrade even further, I was like, thank you, we're done.
Abandon them, yeah.
Yeah. But the map itself, it's fun. I don't really have anything else to say about the map.
I guess
I feel like I'll just like repeat myself.
Yeah. I think what I was looking forward to, obviously I played this chapter, so just memories and all that stuff, member berries. But what I was really looking forward to was removing those superpowers, like the jetpack, the arsenal, all of those things. And I just wanted to get back to the gun basics and start shooting people. And
100%.
And what I started noticing again, which used to be the bane of my existence when I first started playing, was the return of snipers. Snipers were incredibly prevalent when I first started playing. They had hiding spots. They hid in trees, and before, Miguel, they didn't even have that little glare that would warn you when they're sniping you.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you would just be fucked. And so I picked up a sniper and I was like, oh, the power is back. And I felt like I'm not great, but it was fun to get back on it when people aren't used to it, you know?
I would say for sure. I was definitely thinking about like talking about, so in the last map, every time I got like, you know, they'll give you like a skin for your weapons as well. You can, color them. And so the preview is always a boat. They're like, here's the boat. And this is what the skin will look like. And I'm like, fucking boats? I don't have a boat. And then it's the same thing. It's like a rocket launcher, a sniper rifle. I didn't have any of those things. And now I'm like, oh, I get it.
The
like
rocket,
this is where we get it.
And the boat.
But I'll tell you this. Hang on one second. I'm terrible at the sniper rifle. No, it doesn't matter what game I'm playing. If it's a sniper rifle, I am not good. That fucking scope comes up and you're supposed to know the fucking lines and everything. I'm terrible at that. Okay.
You did not move. Don't move and I'll shoot.
I am so bad. Exactly. Be still and I will shoot you with this. So I was playing with Eric and some of his friends the other night, which I'll talk about later. And I got a gold sniper rifle. It's like one of those legendary ones. Is gold or orange? Which one's higher?
Gold. It's gold. Yeah.
I had orange. I had an orange sniper rifle.
Isn't gold and orange the same? Or no? Well, whatever.
I think it doesn't matter. And I was like, hey guys, listen, because we were like, who has this ammo? Who has this ammo? And I was like, guys, I just got this sniper rifle and I'm going to be real. I'm not good at it. Who wants it? And this guy came running up to him. He's like, me, I want it. And I was like, here, take it. And he fucking dominated our match. Yeah, I was like, thank you. Because I could not work that magic, you know?
Those are instant kills. They're just like a patow.
If
like,
you're
you can
good,
just destroy.
If you're good, but then the fucking sniper rifle, it's like one shot and then it has to reload and does that whole thing where it backs out and
well,
and
that's why they have the rifle sniper where you can shoot like about a couple rounds, but it's sort of like in between.
I need that because like I need the bumpers on the bowling lane because I'm not good. But I was gonna say Ed is really great with snipers and grenades. He's surgical. Okay, that's what he would tell you. So he should totally play this season and get to enjoy that fun.
Really,
I want that for him. But boats, we were talking about boats also. This was the first time
boats are a big deal. We know there was helicopters at one point. There were boats here, and boats used to not have any fuel, and they could go on forever. So the boats was like a cheat. Like cars would have fuel, but boats you could just go anywhere you want. And like the boost would last forever. And I felt like the rockets would hit closer and faster before.
Love it.
So you just felt like just like a god going everywhere in the boats. I started noticing, have you ever shaken anybody down and when you like squatted up? Do you even know what that is?
I'm sorry, explain.
Shake. So you are in a team or whatever, you shoot somebody and then one of their team members go down and you can grab them and kill them. Remember when I grabbed one and I threw him before I killed him?
Yeah. That was good.
You can grab him and shake him down. There's sometimes an option for that.
Oh, like a bully and get all of his loot?
And no, what it'll do is then you'll get this machine and it'll reveal enemies around you.
Oh.
And so
that little like red diamond above the head.
And so you can grab them, shake them down, and you can see them all around you. And I always liked that feature. And then they took that away where I couldn't like shake them down and see their other member where their other team is. So that's what I liked coming back.
Well, we got that in the previous season because like one of the Iron Man like war machine or something could like ping the bad guys. And that's that same concept. That's another one of those examples where it was obviously from a previous because we were playing the match a night or two ago and I started the diamonds came back up. I guess someone must have
shaken them
down.
Yeah.
I guess someone must have done that because then all of a sudden I could see the squad. But yeah, okay, that's good. It's good to know like what's the OG mode that I'm picking up. What you're putting
and
down.
you start seeing different weapons. Like they have the dancing bomb where you throw it at somebody and they start dancing and they're paralyzed basically, and you can shoot them. They have the stink bombs, which basically
tell me about that. Yeah.
They throw a stink bomb, and then it's just if you're in that cloud, you're getting penalized with points very quickly.
Ooh, okay.
So I hate that thing. That thing sucks.
It sucks to be in it.
Yeah, it sucks to be in it. And then there's this hook gun. It's like it's a hook gun.
Yeah.
I love that thing. You grab it, pull them in, and it hurts them almost immediately. You shoot them, pull them, kill them. What else is there? I don't know. I think there's just a lot. I like how every season has a different type of guns. So tell me about your time with Eric. Like you said, you were playing with different squads. And stuff.
Shout out Eric. Okay, he's been on the pod. I've said this before, but we just like recently reconnected. We went to high school together, and it's just been such a fucking vibe, dude. Like we are chilling. And the other day, he texted me. My parents were in town, which I'm gonna talk about later. My parents were in town, and he texted me on like a Sunday, and he was like, "Hey man, like we haven't played Fortnite in a while. Like, do you want to squad up soon?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. Like my parents are in town. How about Monday? I'm ready to go Monday." And he's like, "Cool." And we finally got together that night, Monday night, and I texted Ed. I let him know ahead of time, like, "Hey, me and Eric are gonna play later. Like, if you're available." Just because he also went to school with Eric. No offense, Luis. I wasn't trying to like exclude you.
No, it's okay.
Ed didn't respond, and Eric immediately was like, as soon as we hopped on, he was like, "Oh, hey, man, by the way, like a couple of my other friends are on right now. Like, can we invite them?" And I was like, "Sure." And I had the first experience where it was all for squad. You know, like I've done like duos, I've done trios, but this was like the first, like the menu was full. Yeah. And it was a couple of guys. Shout out to them, Christian and what
are their gamer tags? You know,
it was like Pimp C14 and like this other guy was Greek, so he had kind of like a Greek username. I apologize for it was like Vigo or Virgo or something like that. Shout out them. Okay, I'm not trying to be an asshole. It was literally the first time I ever met them. And what I realized was, okay, so like you and me have played, you, me, and Ed have played, me and Steven have played. So like I'm used to the idea of like of playing with others, but I'm mainly like a solo guy. Like that's generally how I'm playing. But bro, Eric and his friends, dude, they were like they had done this. They're a unit. They are together. Okay. Like I was like, oh, y'all do this. And he was like, yeah, like
when we squat up, I try to like, all right, let's keep it together. Let's keep it together. And then people are like running to their own chests. And I'm okay.
Well, no, but no, they're together in the sense that they have a shorthand. No, they will run off. They will run the fuck off. And I was like, we were like, why are you all the way over there right now? Like we're getting shot over here. But it would be like, no, I'm doing my thing. And you're like,
I'm flanking.
You got to let him do his thing because he's doing something. He's working some magic. He's got the sauce. And they just had like a shorthand with each other where they just knew what they were asking each other, and I had to kind of be like, I need to pay attention to what they're saying.
Yeah,
and they were really good. It seemed like the one guy was kind of like a little more dominant. Like he was just like, yeah, this is what we're doing. Come over here. Like he was like the leader of the squad.
Yeah, you need a leader. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Like this is how they're, and I'm just like, anytime I'm like in a new group, like I immediately take the back seat. Like I'm just let me feel the dynamic a little before.
I'm not that guy, you know?
Well, I am, but not with you guys. Okay. Not with y'all. All right. Because I don't know y'all. And I'm just like, let me make sure I fit in with you guys. And I try to like serve. I want to carry my weight because the thing that I'm terrified the most is like everyone's like, let's squat up. And then I get in there and I like kill everyone because I'm just doing the most dumb shit thing possible, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just like, oh, okay, all right. I see what the vibe is. We won, like, we played 5 or 6 matches. I think we won 3 of them, you know?
Jeez, that's amazing.
Bro, dude, I happened to have a crown on me because, like, I won the solo match before we started playing, and I kept it for, like, 2 matches. And I was like, that never happens for me. Like, I lose it immediately.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, this is fun. Like, this is a group of guys that, like, know how to play this game. Oh, and the other thing that was great, too, is they just talked just mercilessly, just the most shit possible. Like anytime someone fucked up, they'd be like, wow, you're a dumb fuck, aren't you? And I'd be like, oh my God, you guys are like my favorite people ever. Like I love talking shit.
Yeah.
And it's usually against the other team, but they were like internally talking shit. Yeah. I was just like, this is so much fun. I'm having so much fun right now. So I apologize to my wife because it's definitely become a thing lately where I'm like, oh, so-and-so wants to play. So I got to go do that now. You know, like I try to make the time to when it's
now you understand those reels and TikToks when they're like,
yes,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, sorry, bye, baby, I love you. But no, I've been having fun. But I would say this simply because they all had their own like shorthand. It made me go, I really miss playing with like my close friends. Like I would love to play with you guys and bring Eric into us, you know, because then it's like, okay, now this is how we'll play, you know, and it's like, these are totally different people. And I don't think it's bad. It's just like, I can speak to you guys in a way that I didn't speak with them.
Right. Yeah.
But I tell you what, if they invite me to another one, I'm down. I was having a good time.
We need Eric to come on to teach us some shorthands, you know, to get our,
because they're playing Fortnite, but they're also playing Overwatch, and that was kind of like something they were like, oh, we play Overwatch, and I was like, oh my God, I don't ever play that game.
Yeah, it's a first person. Yeah. I feel about that,
and you don't know, you don't like that, so
I can't. My brain can't handle it.
But I know I was having a good time. So shout out Eric, and look, we even texted each other the next day. He texted me the next morning. He was like, bro, I can't believe that last one we won. Oh, because it's a 4-man squad, right? We all 3 of us, me, Eric, and the other guy, the Greek. Shout out the Greek, Thermopolis, whatever his name was. We got knocked pretty. There was like just a moment right at the end of the match where it's like, oh fuck, we all got knocked. Boom, 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 boom. Me and Eric died, and then it's the other guy and Christian. And he's trying to like reboot us at the van. He gets killed. Yeah. And so we're all on the mic talking mad shit. And this dude Christian, he fucking goes and legit clutches the win for everyone. He kills everyone else on that map. And I thought we were done and we were about to wrap up anyway. And we fucking scored victory royale. I was like, what? There was no way that should have happened. So no, I had a good time. If they invite me back, I would totally play with them.
I know. I need to quit my job and just like play games and
no. You want to talk about that for a second? All right, I tell you this. Sometimes I have some slow moments at work. Like we all have slow moments during the day. And you hop on your phone. You recently like forced us to download TikTok, Luis. And no, I'm just kidding. But like I finally downloaded the TikTok app for the podcast, and I also have my own account now. So now I'll just like scroll, and I can't believe I'll be scrolling, and then it'll like hit you with a live.
Yeah,
and it'll be in the middle of the workday. I don't care what time zone you're in this country. It'll be the middle of the workday.
Yeah,
and people would be like, "Oh, I'm fucking playing Fortnite right now." Hey, chat, we're gonna drop a W for this chat. We're gonna fucking here's a. Hey, chat, what do you think? And I'm just motherfucker, dude. These people just like make money off this shit. And I'm over here like working. It's stupid.
I know like the first couple years to do it is like, it's a lot of work, man. We do this podcast and we try to like keep it chill and not kill us. But the people who are out there streaming are going to war. Like they are fighting for hours and hours and hours, just trying to build an audience. It's all about consistency, interaction, just being lucky. Like it's tough to be in a position where you can just be playing in the middle of the day, or you're just like in college and someone's paying for everything.
You have the, and I'm not knocking it. It's just that, man, I just like, I feel like I was born too early, like I didn't have that mindset of like, let me grind this social media to like, make money, and shout out to the people that do it. But man, no, it's kind of crazy. Hey, I'm not looking at some of these questions. Hang on a second.
Oh no, go for it. I already like what you're putting down.
Let's get back to the Fortnite, the basics Fortnite. Here we go for a second. You put this question here. What are some of your favorite and least favorite weapons? And I'll say just of any Fortnite that you've played, and I'll include like mythics as well.
Oh, okay. I mean, I feel like the Gatekeeper shotgun is always like when I find that thing, I'm like, I'm having a good time. I love that one. Again, I talk about the stink bomb. There used to be a time when we had fireflies as a weapon.
What's that?
And you would trap somebody somewhere and you would just throw this. It's basically like a fire bomb. And so when they have nowhere to run, you throw a fire bomb and they're just like dying inside, which is always like a fun weapon. So you just firebomb a building. Like if someone's hiding and they're sniping at you, you throw a couple of fireflies. Now they're trapped. Now they're running around. And
that's good.
That's why I like the hook too. I talked about that, the hook gun. That's one of my faves. And I would say that pretty much a constant is a Gatekeeper shotgun. And if Jeffrey was on this podcast, he would back me up and say he also enjoys the pistol.
You know what? I'll piggyback off that. He's not here, but I'll tell him I agree, dude.
Yeah,
a pistol,
it's consistent.
It is so, it diversifies your portfolio. Okay. Like it is so good to have a pistol, because imagine you run out of the first gun, you run out of the second gun, and boom, you have a pistol ready to go. Like it can be a clutch, dude.
Yeah.
Like I have really appreciated, and especially when I get a pistol that's like a purple, a gold, an orange. It just, I mean, honestly, I'll take anything that's purple. Let's talk about this for a second.
Let's talk about this.
Let's talk about weapon grades, because I had to learn this on my own, and I appreciate everything you taught me. And I think maybe we talked about it a little bit, but I had to kind of like learn from playing, what the color grades mean.
Right.
So it's like it's gray, it's green, gray, green, blue, purple, and then it's orange, and then gold. I believe.
Yeah, orange, gold, mythics. Yeah, once you passed purple, it becomes its own kind of tier.
But I'll say this, dude. If I get a whole row of purple guns, bro, I might as well be God. Like I can make that. That's about like that's like middle class. You know what I mean? Like weaponry. I will take it and I can work with that. And I get killed sometimes. If it's lesser than purple and I get killed by it, I'm like, motherfucker. If it's a purple, I'm like, okay. If it's a gold or orange or whatever, I'm like, now I understand why I got killed. I got swamped. That's
a struggle sometimes, because sometimes you get killed in like three bullets, and I'm like, God damn! Like I didn't have a chance to have. Yeah. I'm over here shooting 6 times, and I can barely like get you down. But that's on me. I'm a potato, is what they call us. I can work with like purple and above, and honestly, I'll tell you what, blue and above, I can make that work too. Yeah,
especially earlier in the match. And I've really become addicted to like searching every chest. I will, whatever chest is in front of me, I don't care if I have the perfect lineup of guns. maybe there's a better one, and I'm going to search his chest and find out. At the very least, I'm going to get ammo from it, or like a health pack, and I'm going to be ready to go. So yeah, I try.
Did you see that health gun that you can pick up now? What do you think about that?
Oh, the bazooka, the health bazooka.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so first off, this was crazy. Is this from a previous season?
Are you familiar? This is from that season. Yeah,
I've never used it before. I picked it up, and it took 2 gun slots, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, this thing got to be like yeah, you got to be like the healer of the group, okay."
Yeah.
And so as like a solo player, I was like, "This doesn't work for me. I don't really need like if I need health, I'll make it happen on my own."
As a squad, though,
when I was with the squad, someone picked it up, and as soon as I said it takes 2 of your gun slots, they threw it away immediately. So it's kind of like, if you know how to play, you can find the health, you can find the shields, you can you can get those things kind of quickly. And so I'm just like, I don't see it because it's in this like t-shirt cannon, like at a basketball game.
It's good. It's good in a clutch when you're like the last couple players. One of you kind of has to take the health bazooka. So if someone's fronting a team and they're shooting at them and they're losing health, you just shoot because you can see their health bar up top. So you just shoot at them and then you kind of fill them back up with life so they can keep.
Is it like when you? It's like when you splash the chug or whatever.
Yes.
So it's not like something they have to pick up and then use. It automatically heals them as they hits them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. That's a little more versatile. That can be used. Okay,
I didn't just for you; it's for other players too. So that's what I mean. If they're protecting you and they're just like on a roll, and you don't want them to go down. That's the only thing.
I will say this, man. I don't know how I feel about that position on the team, though. Like, I'm not trying to be like the guy that's, my job is to heal you, so you can.
That's like an important. It's a very important role. Like,
sure. I'm not talking
you play
shit.
Overwatch. You play all these things. There is like a healer. There's a tank. There's like everybody has their position where they're kind of because you got to be slick and sly to heal people. So that's a different skill of like.
Yeah. See, I'm a Leo, okay? So like I'm ready to like I run up on people. And I know that's kind of a meme where it's like, you run up on the people and you get killed. But no, I'm ready to go and I'm confident in my skills. I feel bad
when I do that in our group. I'm always like, all right, bye, and then I run up and start shooting and then die.
No, because you're really good about getting shot, and then you go, "Oh shit, they got me, run away!" And I'm like, I'm like, no, like I'm going there and I'm gonna kill them, and if they get me, I'm like, my bad, you guys, come get them, though. You know what I mean? Then I'm mad that I get knocked or shot, and I'm like, no, fucking this is the guy. I don't care about the rest of this.
I think it depends. Like if I got shot in 2 shots, I'm like, run away. This man is not a human.
See,
like, you will all die. Me. But if it's like if I'm having like an actual fight and I go down, then I'm like, okay, get this guy.
Because a part of me feels like I got knocked, but I got mine too. I'm gonna get mine. All right. I shot him a couple times and now he's primed and ready. I squeezed open the peanut butter jar for you. Yeah. You better go in there and finish it. Let's go.
Do you ever have a one-on-one with somebody where you die and you're like, okay, I must have gotten real close. He must be at 20 health. And then you look at him and he's still got 20 like shield and
it'll be like a blue rifle. You're like, motherfucker. How did that happen, dude? He was just quick on the trigger. Yo, another thing I want to talk about. Hang on a second. Do you do this or do you know about this? Okay. First off, I just also want to say that I apologize to our audience because it's like I've been waiting to talk about Fortnite.
This is just you and me conversation now.
So I really do apologize. Okay. But have you seen these like Instagram reels where they talk about how like you can change your settings and get like the auto shot like every time like they're like change the setting pop, 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 and then like every time you shoot 1 2 3 and boom, that person's dead. Have you seen these before?
Like the auto aim?
It's auto aim, but like to the max. It's like you have to like all these like side settings. You have to also.
I don't know what this is. No.
I've seen these and I gotta say I do not subscribe. I do not like. I'm like if you kill me and you're good, I like that. Okay. Yeah. But if you kill me just because you've got like all these modifications on to like automatically help you kill me, I'm like, what are we doing here?
Well, let's talk about modifications. I like that one modification that you got to turn on where you can see all the footsteps and you can see the treasure chests. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You know what? A year into game. Luis, you know what I think you told me early on in the game and I just didn't know what you were talking about and I finally found it and turned it on. Man, I was like automatically picking up guns. I'm sorry, manually picking up guns with a square. I was like, man, I pick up the ammo so quick because it's automatic ammo, but I gotta pick up the gun, bro. I finally turned on that setting because I'm an idiot, and now I just like okay, and I love it because it's like you run through, you fill all the slots, and then you could pick which ones you want to drop and grab a different one. Yeah, and it's just so much better because especially when I open a chest. Because this is what finally put me onto it is I landed at the same time as another guy and he just swooped it up. I opened the chest, but he swooped them all up. And I said, motherfucker, what is happening? And then finally I was like, oh, Luis mentioned this. Because I feel like when we were setting it up, you were like, it's a setting, but we're playing. So I just figure it out later. Yeah. And that's how I felt every time like when I was setting up Steven, when I was setting up Ed, I was like, make sure your settings say all these things. And finally I was like, oh my God, I'm just a dumbass. Like, why don't I have this turned on?
And did you see that thing where like all the weapons always come out on the left side of the chest?
Mm-hmm.
That was new for me.
I tell you what, I love that. I love that if I'm standing back, but if I'm opening a chest, when you're playing pinball and your crotch is right on the machine, that's what's happening with the chest for me. As soon as you know what I'm talking about. As soon as is this mic on?
That's the movement. You're like here, square.
I give me those weapons because I'm here. Ever since that guy stole my shit immediately and killed me, I was like, no, I got to be ready.
Never again. I'm standing all the way up. Yeah.
And now I love it because if they land at the same time and I get all the weapons, I'm like, where are you going?
I do love that. I love landing and seeing when they're flying. Like, hey, and take them down.
Oh my God, no, I'm having so much fun. Sometimes sometimes I play, I land, I die immediately. When I hit like 90 something, 80 something, 70 something, I'm like, oof, okay, Miguel, you got to lock in. All right.
Yeah.
If I land and I start killing and I get into like the 20 zone, I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's like a fine match. Like if I was like, oh, I have to put the game away and I was like 22, okay, it's fine, But when I lock into top 10, I'm like, don't talk to me. Don't walk in front of me. I'm like, I'm locked in and ready.
That's when they go. That's when they come and say, hey, what's for dinner? And I'm like,
I'll be like, figure it out. Okay. Because I'm top 10 and
I don't know what to tell you. I can't pay attention right now.
And when I hit top 10, but I will say this, there's also this other side of that coin where I'm like, fine, if I die, I die. But I'm top 10, but I want to be number one.
When it's like last four, I'm like, fuck, I could do this.
Oh, bro. Okay, so let's talk about strategies. This is something I wanted to talk about.
Let's talk about this. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk about strategies. And now I want to say that earlier again, let's lock in. Hey, viewers, it's me and Luis this night. Okay. Like, I'm sorry if you're like, oh, they're still doing this. Okay. So when I first started, one of the things I said was I was scared to play it. Okay. Because I was just like, I know I can play first-person shooters or third-person shooters, but in the online multiplayer, I'm a little nervous because people are going to be better than me. So my first strategy when I first started was I would hop out of the bus and I would immediately jump on my glider and I would glide around the whole map until the glider couldn't go anymore. And it was almost guaranteed, boom, now I'm like top 75 because 25 people would kill themselves or whatever. In that time that it took me to finally land. And I would get that XP so hard. Oh, you finally landed. XP. I would get that so hard. And then shortly after that, then I started learning like my first location that I was like, oh, there's a chest here. Yeah. And if I land here, I'm good to go.
Now I want to get there first.
I better get there as quick. And I'm looking at the map, the orientation from the line, right? And I'm like, okay, if I jump here, I'm good to go. And then I started learning, when I jump, I need to be ready. So Ed kind of cracks me up because as soon as the bus, the beep, beep, and it starts going, Ed jumps right away. And I'm like, bro,
hold on a second.
Like, just like ride the wave for a second. Like, and so then I learned like you want to be kind of like south of where you're trying to land, and because it's a timing thing with the glide. You kind of want to glide right into the spot you want to be in. So you have to kind of like know that number of when it's appropriate to jump. So for me, it's like 800 meters. If I hit 800 meters, boom, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And then the more I played, then I learned like there's a chest here, there's a chest here. So then like no matter what corner of the map I start at, I know where I can land. Especially when they started introducing like the bigger chests. Like the last season was like Avengers chests, right? Or Doom.
They have chests this season too now. It's just called like Shadow Agent and something Agent, but you have to dress up as that agent to open the chest.
I'll get there if I get there, you know? which I love learning about.
You have to go into a telephone booth, just by the way, if you ever run into that.
Okay, that's good to know. Good to know.
Anyway, so strategy. So you're going
strategy. So that was like my early day strategies. But now basically what it is let me land as close to a chest as possible. Let me get 1 to 2 weapons and a shield. Let me shield up. Okay. Let me shield all the way up if I can. Let me get a health pack if I can, but depending on the mode, I don't necessarily worry about the health pack too much because this last season they had the shield cactuses where you could drive through the cactuses and get them. So I was like, I don't need to worry about health so much as long as I'm in this corner.
Have you gone to Slurp Swamp in this season?
I did. So I got it in the swamp. I got it on the barrels, and I got it on that big ass 18-wheeler, and I was like, I'm ready to go.
The 18-wheelers! I forgot. I loved those fucking things,
bro. I'm like, fuck it, I'm ready to go, dude.
Yeah.
Then okay, you told me early on, and it took me a while to figure it out because some kids are so fast. They go bop, 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 bop. They drop weapons. You see them do it like.
Oh yeah, they're very fast. Yeah.
It took me a while to like organize my weapons, strategy weapons. How do you organize from like left to right? What's your kind of like your mode?
I usually do like a sniper on the far left, or like a rifle, long range weapon. And then I go into short range weapons, and then I go into specialized items like boogie bombs, grenades, whatever. And then at the very end would be slurp juice or med packs. So I go from like long distance to short distance to special. Yeah.
Okay, I can fuck with that. I don't do snipers, so my first go to is almost always rifles.
Exactly.
And
so
then
that would work too.
If I could do rifles, shotguns, or pistols, depending on what I have.
Yes.
And then it's like that secondary weapon, because like if I have a rifle and then like a submachine gun, and they may switch depending on like the legendary status, right? Like if I have a blue here and a purple here, well, I'm going to put the purple first,
Yes.
And then it's like the last is health and shields. In the last season, the Marvel season, it was like Shuri's claws, the shield, the Captain America shield, the War Machine's armor, guns, Iron Man's blasters. So once you started collecting all of those, then I started kind of like putting the purple and golds kind of on the ends, and then like really fine tuning. This gun is working for me, so it's in the middle, and then I can like shift to what I need in the moment, a shield or the blaster.
You like to be the center of the world, to be in the middle.
Depending on the weapons that are given to me, right? Yeah. But in general, I do like the left to right formula where it's like, that's kind of the basic standard where I go, Well,
there's a setting on there now. It can auto configure.
Yep.
How you want it to be. And I started to notice that on my end. I was like, oh, this is,
See, like I said earlier, that's one of those things I probably have to learn, because right now I'm still doing it manually. But I also like that because I can then go, and I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Now, honestly, what I've been doing recently is I've actually been inspecting the weapons, and I'm like, okay, how much fucking damage is this fucking thing putting out?
Really?
Yeah, because I started getting pissed off and be like, I've been shooting this guy forever. Oh, it's 28, or this was 50, or like how long? Like it's taken a long time to reload.
Wow.
And so, because I'll have 2 shotguns, and I won't know. What kind of
what's
exactly, and then and so I'm like, okay, well, this one has more damage, but it takes longer to reload or whatever, and so I have to make a call.
Oh, okay, that's No, I thought you were like looking. Are you looking at like a menu of damages and things like that, or no? It's just like
it gives you stats of like of damage, reload, shot rate, like all that stuff, and so I think it's 4 things.
I do that just like on the fly. Like if I shoot a gun, oh shit, this sucks. Drop it and grab it.
No, 1000%. I think that's like, even after doing that, and I'm still not sure, I'll go in and see, because I can feel obviously like the speed and the accuracy.
Yeah. A reload, I tell you what, that'll kill me. No, I will swap you out fast.
So you like an SMG over a shotgun then?
Well, no, I like a shotgun because I like the impact that it has, like especially the higher grade shotguns too. A pump versus like the combat one, I want the combat one every time, But if it's like, oh, I need to reload pretty quickly after a shot, like there was a shotgun last season that it was like 1, 2, 3 reload. No, I can't do that. Okay, like. Unless I have it positioned where I'm like shooting with my assault rifle and then I finish them off with the shotgun,
Yeah.
Oh no, oh man, yeah.
You know
No,
what I've been trying to do
language.
recently, and we'll probably need to wrap the convo soon, but like I've been trying not to aim and just shooting. Like with my shotgun, I'm just like hip shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And with some guns, you actually shoot a lot faster. And so I've just been like, that's been like a new strategy of mine. I'm just like, I'm sure like
Especially
everyone's like, of course you. I do
especially if you're close.
But,
yeah. But if you're close, it's like boom, boom, boom. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we could just like we'll hop off and we'll just do this for another 2 hours. It's fine.
Yeah. We're going to talk about this again with the new season. Hopefully, we'll have another guest for that one. Miguel, next week, The Penguin is the finale.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited.
So we got to talk about The Penguin next week, huh?
Yeah, I need to finish this new one. I as excited as I am, I'm a little behind.
No, of course. Well, we have time. We still have
oh baby, yeah, we
over a week to watch everything. So catch up on The Penguin. If you want to listen to next week, we're going to talk about a season finale of The Penguin. I'm digging it. Play Fortnite with us, I guess. Instagram us. Fuck it.
Boom. Let's fucking do it. Yeah.
I'm going to play Eric's voice memo before we go.
I love it. Let's do it.
We promised over 3 weeks. We got to get the people in the podcast. Okay. This is Eric. So Eric went and saw the Joker, and he's dropping a voice memo of his experience. What's the one person? The Death Stranding.
What?
Oh, man, don't embarrass me. I'm embarrassed. I'm going to mark this. I have to edit this now. I'm too embarrassed. What's his name? Hiro Kirojima?
Yeah. Oh. Hideo Kojima. I think
okay, yeah, we're at double marking it because I don't want to look like an idiot.
Well, let's just wrap that up. But I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he saw Joker.
Okay, so yeah. So Eric saw the joke. Eric saw Joker. He's giving his review. Also, Hiro Kojima. We saw this. Can you do that? Okay. So here we go. So Eric saw the Joker. He has a late review. Somebody else had a late review, right, Miguel, about the Joker?
That's right. The way that I know exactly what you're saying. So the director of Death Stranding, right? He was originally his Kojima Productions. He used to do Metal Gear Solid, all that. He's got this like trend on Twitter. You're leading me up for this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He has this trend on Twitter where he will go see a movie and right away from reading his tweet if he liked it or not. If it's a paragraph, he liked the movie. Read it. See his review. Yeah. You don't need to though, because you understand immediately, oh, he likes that movie a lot. If he goes, I saw X movie, you're done.
Like it.
That movie sucked, bro. As far as what he thinks. And like you put people's opinion on a pedestal, that's on you. But it is a pretty clear indicator, you know what I mean? Like he's got a finger on the pulse. And he saw Joker and he thought it was good.
He thought it was good too. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino saw it and he liked it as well.
What a
so now we have Eric over here.
The best one. Let's
go. What
do
you have to say?
Thank you, Luis and Miguel, for letting me talk about Joker 2. This is my review of Joker 2. Oh, by the way, sorry, this is Eric Chu. I'm a fan of the pod. I had the opportunity to watch Joker 2 last night, so it's still fresh in my mind. I do think that I agree with most of what Miguel and Luis were saying. I don't think that this movie deserves the backlash that it has gotten. On the other hand, I can definitely see how if Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix are going to make a complete left turn from the original movie, then some upset fans and a lower, Rotten Tomatoes score is valid in my mind. It's not a bad movie, but it is definitely not at all what I think people were expecting from the first movie. Yes, they did give notice about the musical. And I think that notice of the musical, that pre-notice, is really what sank the movie. Because I think that people, when they heard that, they automatically were like, nope, this is not going to work. And I think they just had that thought in their head for so long, and they were expecting it to be bad, that when they came and watched the movie, then to them it was bad. I don't think that they left their mind open enough. I think what would be interesting is if they had not mentioned any kind of musicality in the trailers or anything at all, and if they just let people be surprised by that. I think that was I think that probably would have been an interesting experiment. I did really enjoy the cinematography. I enjoyed the actors' performances. One negative, I think, is that did fall into like this musical movie tropes where they just kind of bust into song in some really inappropriate times. It didn't seem like the time to bust into song. I don't know. I do enjoy Lady Gaga's voice though, and overall, I had a really good time with this movie. It was quite late, and the movie was a little bit longer than I thought.
Long, yeah.
But I had a good time, and yeah, that is my review for Joker: Folie à Deux. Thank you.
Shout out,
Eric Chu, and you too. You can too. You can leave your own voice memo, and we'll play it on the podcast. Eric, hopefully, I think I don't know. He came for the first Penguin. Maybe he'll be available for this one.
Oh, that would be so good if we ask him for that last one. Because
bookmark it.
I do have a question for him because this might be mark it. We can delete this if we need to. But his job on the show was he was putting up like the phone screens on every episode. And he did tell me in this last episode there was kind of like an egregious one that he was like unhappy with. And I watched like the first 10 or 15 minutes of this episode, and I wondered if it happened then. Because when we were playing Fortnite, he was like, Miguel will know it right away. And I was like, well, I don't know that. Like, I don't feel like an asshole. Like, I'm going to be like, you know?
Yeah.
But I would love to have him on so I could ask, hey, what was that thing you were worried about? But
yeah.
I would also love to see, because he was like, I have thoughts about the show, and then the show started coming out. And I feel like other publications, you know, had reviews that I just kind of like, wow, that's an interesting thought. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to wrap up this season and see what we think. So, man, what an episode, dude.
What an episode.
This is so good.
Great time. I'm always love doing this with you, Miguel.
You know what? Should Ed just like not be on the podcast?
Yeah, just let it have be you. We'll change the 3 in our logo to 2. No, I'm kidding. Ed will be back next week. Obviously, he'll talk about the Penguin with us. But until then, it's been me, Luis Gonzalez, and with me's been
Miguel.
Until next time, later, Gators.
Bye.